Hello, everyone. Welcome to the best and worst of Walt Disney World. I am your host, Rhino Clavin. This production is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel and Disboards.com. As I said, I am your host, Rhino Clavin. We are doing this special version of the best and worst of Walt Disney World. We are bringing back one of Pete Werner's favorite things that he ever did when he was hosting the show, and he said, let's do this for our 12-hour auction for benefiting Give Kids the World. And that is Suck Doesn't Suck Holiday Edition. So we're going to be talking about kind of all the different holiday offerings that happen around Walt Disney World, and we're just going to be straight up telling you, does it suck? Doesn't it suck? Does it?
Exactly.
So as you can all tell, and if you are familiar and have seen this show before, you know I'm not the best with words, so I require some friends to help me out. So here at the table today to help me out, we've got a full crew. We've got Denny Sunderly.
Hey there.
Jackie Gailey.
Hi, everyone.
Kathy Whirling.
Hi, everybody.
Morgan Lamone.
Hi.
Steve Porter.
Hello.
And Corey Fiascanaro.
Happy holidays.
Our lives are in his hands today. He took Greg out right before this show.
That's right.
Just sweep the leg. Old Karate Kid style. So everybody was pretty jazzed up for this. If I do say, Steve helped me with this list. I basically wrote down new firework, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't remember the names of anything, so I gave Steve the list, and I said, can you put real names in here? And so we've got quite a list today, and this will be a longer than normal episode. Normally our shows run 15 to 20 minutes, but we are doing, I think the goal here is about to get us about 45 minutes to an hour, so we'll see where that takes us on this journey.
I think it's appropriate for the holiday episode too that they are green or red and green, which is
Oh, yeah.
You know what? We're going to give our overlord Pete Werner a prop right there and say he designed that on purpose, even though I think Will designed these, but that's fine. We'll say he did that intentionally. The mastermind that he is. So, so here's how we're gonna do it this time. So when Pete did it, it was a little different. He'd kind of say it, and we'd all hold up our paddles, and then we'd cut to whoever's camera. So what's gonna happen today is I'm gonna say what we're talking about, and then I will say somebody's name, and Corey will cut to them, and then they will tell us. So I'll lead you guys through it all. We are gonna start with, I feel like, what is probably the most iconic holiday offering here at Walt Disney World, and that would be Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Now, I'm just going to do it as a whole right now, okay? So it's and then we'll break it down by individual things. So overall, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Corey Fiascanaro, it was your first year there. Does it suck or doesn't it suck?
Doesn't suck.
It doesn't suck. Okay. Also, I do want to point out, Corey is holding up a piece of paper. He got in trouble before, so his paddles were taken away. Yeah. No, we only have so many paddles, so Corey and I are doing low grades, and it sure does. So we just wanted to share the wealth here. But go ahead, Corey. Why do you think it doesn't suck?
So I'm a big fan of all of the after hours parties. One thing I would like is for especially Mickey's Very Merry and the Halloween party, if they limited attendance a little bit more and you had a little bit more of the park open to yourself, because these two parties do get very crowded. But I just love Christmas. I love Christmas so much. I just love the vibes, and you definitely do, because you have so many extra things to do, like the parade and things like that the rides do cut down a lot, which is a big deal for me, so doesn't suck.
Okay. Morgan Lamone. Suck, doesn't suck.
Doesn't suck.
Okay. You know, you've done this. You are our West Coast person who is now here, temporarily located on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So you've done Mickey's Very Merry before?
I was able to do it last week. It was the second time doing it. I did it during my college program 6 years ago. And the fact that Disneyland doesn't have a Christmas party, but I mean, we have a Halloween party, which I love Halloween. But the fact that we don't have a Christmas party, I'm like, I'll take anything that I can get of Christmas. So it doesn't suck.
Good. Yeah. Cool. Denny?
Oh.
Give me that paddle.
Doesn't suck.
Okay.
I love the cookies. I love the whole 9 yards. I love that you have different experiences on the attractions during the party. I just love the extra effort, and I love it when it snows.
Kathy Whirling, show me your paddle.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yay.
Yes, I love the Christmas party. I like the snow on Main Street. It reminds me of when I lived up north, but I don't have to shovel it, drive in it, or put up with the cold. It's the best way to experience Christmas. It's just, I don't know, the park seems more magical. for the Christmas party.
Jackie Gailey, show me your paddle. Doesn't suck.
Doesn't suck.
Why am I not surprised?
I know. I was going to say, that's a shocker, right, everybody?
I think we could just take the other paddle away.
We probably really
Fun fact,
could.
Jackie actually has 5 doesn't suck panels.
If I could hold them all up at the same time, I probably would, let me tell you. Yeah, for the same reasons that Kathy and Denny mentioned, that snow is like, okay, so I used to go to Disneyland a lot, and the first trip that we went to Disneyland was at Christmas. And so it snows every night at Disneyland at Christmas. So I was bummed when it didn't snow every night at the Magic Kingdom, only at the Christmas party. And so for that reason, it doesn't suck because you can see snow. And there's something about twinkling Christmas lights with snow that just makes me swoon. I mean, we were walking down Main Street the first time I was at the Christmas party here, and seeing Cinderella Castle back there all lit up and the snow and the lights, I just felt like I was in another world. It's so beautiful. So,
And then they put it to that music that like really hits you in the feels.
It
Winter
does.
Wonderland,
It just gets you. It really does.
Stephen Elizabeth Porter.
Doesn't suck. Yeah, I know. I love it. It's one of the many ways that we cope with not having the traditional Christmas vibes with it being so warm in Central Florida. So yeah, and everyone else has mentioned the Snope that falls on Main Street is so special. And we'll get into more of the details of the actual parts of the party as we go along here in the episode. But there are many things that all come together that make it so special.
I have a special thing to say, even though she's not part of this episode, but Katie Whirling says it sucks. She said it, and that's what I was typing out here.
Oh,
Your daughter just came in
Oh.
here, and I heard her go, "It sucks." Not heard her. I mean, I heard her voice in my head, but as I often do.
I
like a
need to
crazy
go home
person.
and have a talk with her.
Yes.
I do also. So I used to be somebody who said it sucked. I think in the last year or two, I've been swayed that it doesn't suck because, I think there's a lot of offerings that we, like Steve said, we will go into those in a few minutes. I do love this. This was the first year that I didn't go on the first night of it. Oh my gosh, I should just put it over here and be a responsible person. My phone keeps falling. Sorry. It was the first night that the temperature went from 80 degrees during the day, and it was 48 degrees by the time Craig and I left. And that's probably why I actually ended up getting sick, because I kept doing that to cover all the holiday stuff this year. But it was like, okay, this is the first year I've been here where I'm actually kind of chilly right now. And I felt like I was dressed appropriately, and then the snow coming down and the Christmas music, and they've like added some more Christmas songs in there. I'm sorry, every time I hear Kelly Clarkson's Underneath the Christmas Tree, I know it's like a happy song, but it makes me sad a little bit. I just get really sad this time of year in general, but and it's just one of those things where I'm like, you know what? It wasn't as packed as it normally is on that first night when we go to review it. So I was like, oh, this is what a regular party could feel like, potentially. So I am now converted on the leaning doesn't suck side. So
Wonderful. Nice.
well, let's get into some of the more specifics here. We don't have to say a ton about them either, because we gave kind of our feelings of the overview of the party. But let me just ask you, who's gone to the party this year? Just so we know, show of hands, just hold them up for me. Morgan has been this year.
I'm going, but I haven't gone yet.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Not yet.
Okay, then when we get to the stuff that is new for this year,
Okay.
you and I will talk about it.
Perfect.
So, but let's just start with, I feel like the thing, we've seen it all on television. We've all now seen it in person. The Mickey's Once Upon a Time Christmas Parade. I want to know from you, Jackie Kaylee, does it suck or doesn't it suck? I feel like I'm...
The suspense.
Yeah.
Oh, shocker.
Oh,
Okay, well, what's your
I know.
favorite part of the parade?
Okay, I'm so glad that you asked me that,
Yeah.
because I do have a very specific favorite thing about this parade. So when I saw it for the very first time, the gingerbread men that are in the parade, so they're gingerbread men cookies. And their costumes are the cutest things, and they've got all their little decorations. And as they walk by you, you see that their entire back is completely flat, as though they were just scraped off the cookie sheet And here they are walking down Main Street.
And the edges are like slightly burnt a little
Yes.
bit or toasted. So
Yeah.
it looks like
The
they were really put
gingerbread
off the
men?
Yeah.
Okay, this is for the listening people out here. Sorry, but this like
Yes.
I
Yes.
actually love it. I like. I
Yeah.
find myself doing. Can't even remember the way the song goes, but it's like right there. It's like that perfect tune. So
Yeah.
I obviously am also with you in saying it. It doesn't suck, but it's long. It's very long.
It is long.
I think it's better than the Halloween parade because it's consistent.
Yeah.
It's like what you said. You know, it's got the gingerbread men. You've got your toy soldiers, Santa. Come on, Santa.
That's the-
Santa.
You know,
is
I feel like
just-
everything in there has a touch of holiday overlay to it that
Yeah.
it's very consistent, whereas the Halloween one's like, there's a couple of weird.
A harvest section.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never understood that one.
Denny?
But Christmas
Yes.
is all.
Sorry, Jackie, I didn't mean to
No,
cut
it's
you
all
off,
good.
but I know you're gonna.
But the Christmas parade
gonna
is
have
just
tons of stuff.
all Christmas.
Do you watch it? So, having seen it in person, do you still watch it on Christmas Day? Tell me, Jackie.
I do. I always do. Yep.
She's like, I've got a
I
DVR
have
every
to.
year.
To.
Yeah.
VHS is still.
Yep. Out in the kitchen, making coffee, cooking
Yeah.
dinner, whatever, or getting started on whatever feast we're having. It's always on.
Yeah.
Can't
What about you,
miss it.
Jenny? Show me
It
that panel.
does not suck. It doesn't suck. It's fantastic. I love the toy soldiers.
I do like. I love
Oh,
when
yeah.
they're march. I just love
Love
the sound
those.
of the stomping of their feet.
Yep.
Like that part, I'm like, this could be the whole parade.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and Santa. It doesn't get better than Santa coming to town.
I love when you like, if you get lucky and he actually like points at you and like, oh,
You are the nice list.
I can see. What about you, Kathy?
Fantastic.
Can I say
Oh, she's in the in between. Okay. Explain yourself.
I have the same critique about the Halloween parade. Disney is this big entertainment company, and they never change it up.
I do. Yeah.
You know, I get that a lot of people. I mean, if they took the toy soldiers away, I'd be
People would-
heartbroken. But change it up a little bit.
I agree. I do feel like I would agree with you that I do feel it's the same thing I've been watching for years
Do you-
almost. You know.
Do you think that's a little bit of a locals problem though? Like, not saying that they shouldn't make things special.
Normally, I would say yes. However, this parade's aired every year on TV, so I feel like people are exposed to this parade more than any other Disney parade there is.
I'll say
Yeah.
to Steve's thing, because I haven't lived here since 6 years ago, and it felt very similar, other than adding like maybe the Frozen section, which didn't come out till after I left. So
That's why I
Yeah.
haven't really been in a rush to go see it this year, because it's like
same.
I like the feeling that you get when you're there, and like Santa Claus and all that. But it's like been there, done that. It's like I think they could change it up some. That the people who like the traditional, the old, however many years they've been doing it, and put in a few new things. I think that's only a good thing.
What about you, Morgan? Where are you on that? That suck doesn't suck. Show me your paddle.
Oh, wow.
Oh, she's on an in between. This is a shock
yeah.
to me too.
So I think it's great. I kind of agree with you about the whole they need to change it up. But I do like Disneyland's Christmas parade a little bit
Get over
better.
yourself.
I do too.
Because the reason why, you don't have to pay. I mean, we don't have a Christmas party, but you don't have to pay to see it. And I feel like it's just as long. I feel like it's just as magical. Anna and Elsa are on their own float compared to that little carriage ride that they get here. And then Olaf and Kristoff get their own floats. Like, what? But I do like the Disneyland ones a little bit better. But the Christmas parade is still a good parade.
Steve
Doesn't suck.
doesn't suck.
Yeah, I love the parade. I think that's when I think of the Snope on Main Street. I'm picturing the parade coming down as I imagine it.
Yeah.
Not that the snow falling at any time is special, but that's the way when I think of the snow falling, it's included in the parade coming my way. I just think it's great. I think it's amazing. If I were to piggyback off of any changes, I think now that Disney owns Home Alone, they should add Somewhere in My Memories into the
Oh,
parade.
the music? Yes, yes.
That'd be
Good-
kinda
good
cool.
one. Maybe even of Hollywood Studios, even if they don't do it there.
Ooh,
But it
yeah.
needs to be present. I agree. All right, Fiasco, what do you think?
Doesn't
Boo,
suck.
doesn't suck.
I personally am not really a big parade person. I never have been. I don't really care to stop and watch them. But for the holiday parades, it feels like something I want to stop and watch. I like them a lot more with the Christmas, with the Halloween. It brings me into the holiday spirit quite a bit, and I do enjoy them. So.
All right, well, let's move on to the castle show that happens this time of year, and I think this might be a little more divisive. Minnie's wonderful... Already we're off to a bad start. No, Minnie's wonderful Christmastime show. I'm going to go first. I think it sucks. I think there are parts of it that I do enjoy. I like to be... You all know how I feel about Daisy, and she takes the lead at the very beginning, and most of the reasons why I don't like Daisy are actually incredibly present in the show. She's very rude to Donald. I feel like she's kind of a diva and some things, and I'm just like, but even that's just a fun jest. I'll take a picture with Daisy or whatever, but to make everyone else happy, it's fine. But I don't like that first song about charging your phone and like having
Text
to
Me
make
Merry
sure
Christmas.
to text. Yeah, and I know that's like not a Disney original song, which like none of them are, but. I think it's like an Idina Menzel song or something, but it's like the thing about the holidays where it's that bittersweet where you're like, I know that's where technology's headed, and that's how you make memories with the pictures and the phone. And they had that Apple commercial a couple of years ago with a kid. They were all like, "Get off the phone, kid!" And then at the end, he had the beautiful video, and you're like, "Oh, it's so pretty." But you're like, but also at the same time, you're not living in the moment. You're not experiencing life, and I don't like that. And the show feels so weird, hosted by those two people. But I do secretly like when Clarabelle comes out and sings All I Want for Christmas, because I have this weird thing where I like the reindeer that are doing their sassy dance, and she's annoying too, but at the same time I'm like, I don't know why yours is like funnier to me, because it's just her,
She's like that desperate friend that is just trying to get attention.
But I feel like the show is. I mean, she's me after like 3 eggnogs. I'll wear my fur coat and. I feel like it goes on for a little bit too long. Like I feel like they should have shortened some of the songs. That cell phone song, and then like I know Craig hates the Ring the Bell song that the Chipmunks sing. So every time I hear that, I love being like, "Oh, your favorite Christmas song's on." But I don't know. So I'm definitely on the suck side. I feel like it was written by somebody that was trying to tune into like what these kids like today, and it was maybe written by somebody that looked down on what we like today in a way. But they thought like, oh, kids love emojis; they're gonna love this. So. But I want to hear from you, Denny. Does it suck or doesn't it suck?
Doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay, well,
I mean, it's
you're off the show.
Yeah. It just doesn't. And anytime you've got characters out there on stage, on display, it's just fantastic. There are going to be people who want to be at the very front and see that. And Clarabelle, bless her heart, I saw her just a little bit ago during Food and Wine. They actually had her and Horace Horsecollar out dancing with the kids at the little dance party that they had in Future World West. So that was really, really neat to see. But I like her. She's crazy, but I like her. So
She's very entertaining.
She is.
She's silly, but very entertaining.
I have thoughts.
So, you have thoughts, Steve?
On Clarabelle?
Oh, Steve, you go next here.
This sucks.
He said it sucks.
And it's because I hate Clarabelle. I think she's like my least favorite Disney character, and I will skip this stage show every time I go unless it's for work and I'm required to go to it. But the singing is terrible, the music is terrible. And I think Rhino is right on. It's like written by someone making fun of younger people, definitely.
But we're expected to take it seriously.
Yeah. I just hate it.
It's condescending almost. I feel like that's at least those parts to me are very. I don't like people that are dismissive of Instagram. It's like, yeah, I like Instagram. I like visually pleasing things, and that's how I've found some of the best restaurants that I like, or the coolest places to take pictures. And I know Morgan's like that too.
Yeah.
So I don't like when people make fun of me. God.
So yeah, I think it's trash, and I'll intentionally not.
Well, while you're back there, Trash Man, what do you think, Fiasco?
I've never watched it.
So he didn't even deem it worthy for a stop on his night. So okay, Jackie.
Ooh, threw me off there.
Well, before I hold it, so I've only seen this once.
Okay.
And so when I saw it, it didn't suck.
Okay.
I mean, but you guys have to understand something about me, though. So when I go and watch something, I don't analyze it, and I didn't even really recall the whole thing about the cell phone thing. I remember that, but it didn't. really resonate with me very much. I just sort of moved past it and went on, with the rest of the show. It did seem just kind of fun, and everybody was in their costumes, and I didn't think it sucked when I saw it.
Okay.
So, but I haven't seen it again.
Well,
so,
Kathy,
yeah.
what did you think? Suck doesn't suck.
I'm going to be
she's
somewhere
in between.
somewhere in the middle. I think that's another one of the shows that they could do a little bit different. I have a very reliable meter to tell if the show is getting to me. If I get goosebumps, Disney's doing their job.
Yeah.
And that's one of the shows that
Yeah. It's I don't want it to go away. I need it to be
Right.
changed a little bit. Morgan?
they could they could keep the same costumes.
Yeah.
Maybe just do a little bit different of a story.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's the story. The story doesn't feel very fluid to me. I don't know. It's just something
It's
about
very
it.
forced.
Yeah. What do you think? Oh.
Sucks.
No, dearest me.
Yeah, kind of like what everybody touched on with the cell phone thing and technology, and like, where's this show? It's not going to last 5 years because there's going to be some new technology, or 10 years. But also, I forget what song. Oh, they sing The Three Caballeros come out, and sorry to compare it to Disneyland. That's where I spend most of my time. But we have, I don't know how many people have seen, but the Viva Navidad show in Disney California Adventure, and it is like a street party, and that gets me so hyped. I made a point to see it before I came here, and it just wasn't up to the bar because I love having the Three Caballeros come out and they all dance, and then it just wasn't at that height that I wanted it to be at. So. Yeah, so it definitely could be better.
All right, so we're going to move on to our next one. Not much to say about it, so I just need I don't need everyone to give me a full opinion. I just need you to.
Okay.
It's a quick.
This is rapid fire.
This one's a little. They're a little more rapid fire as we go here. So a Frozen holiday wish, Denny.
Oh gosh.
This is for those who don't know. This is the castle lighting show.
No, that's a definite. Doesn't suck. I mean, although I do want to kind of say that because I loved when it was Cinderella too. I loved when it was the fairy godmother.
I do like that
it was Cinderella.
Because it's Cinderella's house. So why is these other people? Who are these people lighting up her house?
These other people, but anytime that beautiful castle is lit like that,
it's breathtaking. Yeah.
It is.
Jackie.
My
gosh, she held up the suck paddle. Wow. Sweet Lord.
I know.
Get a screenshot.
I should have warned you. I know. When they first started doing that, I thought, well, gosh, why are they throwing Anna and Elsa in this? Wait a minute. And then I watched it and I was like, okay, I mean, it sort of makes sense, but then it sort of doesn't. I mean, they do it where I understand, I get it, but I'm not sure that I don't really love it, but I love the castle. Always looks to me like someone, like a giant, picked it up and dipped it in sugar crystals and put it back where it goes.
Yeah.
And so whenever the castle is lit, it just is swoon worthy to me. So
always lit.
Spectacular.
it is lit.
What do you think? Morgan?
Doesn't suck.
Okay.
And the reason why is because Elsa now has pyrotechnic powers, so I think that's cool.
Throwing out them sparkly things.
Yeah, I think it's good.
She's Jubilee from the X-Men all of a sudden.
But again, like Denny said, like I do like. I was a bibbidi bobbidi. I love the fairy godmother and Cinderella because it's her castle, but maybe Elsa just needs her own castle she can light. I don't know.
Okay, never. I will chain myself to every tree that exists in the state of Florida. Every palm tree out there to stop that from happening. I'm just kidding. I don't care.
Is that a challenge?
No. Kathy.
I want to say I'm in the middle.
Okay.
Because when they did the live stream and I watched it, I mean, I've seen the castle lighting many, many, many times, and I still sat there with tears in my eyes because it was like, again, it was very magical. It's like, wow, it's amazing what some lights on a castle can do. But I'm sort of like the whole thing. It's like, that's a really lame excuse that you have. Like, hey, we're going to visit Cinderella. Should I light up her ice up her castle? Well, maybe you should have Cinderella come out, and ask
permission.
her.
that'd be interesting.
In the show.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know if you know what my often holiday tradition is. It's just going to my neighbor's house and throwing lights all over it without his permission. Being like, I'm sorry, sir, I'm from a far off land. I looked at this house and I said, this is mine now. I've decorated it nice. Steve?
Doesn't suck.
Doesn't suck. Okay.
Kathy mentioned the goosebump test. While it's not the Cinderella lighting, which it was better, I think everyone that watches this still go when the lights finally all come on. You hear the audience in the Magic Kingdom all go, which that in itself speaks to what they're doing. If you're getting a gasp out of people, they're hitting the notes that they wanted to be hitting. So. I don't know. I think it doesn't suck.
All right, Corey Fiascanaro.
Doesn't suck. It's beautiful. I mean, everything that they do to the castle is usually beautiful, but it falls right in with there. It's gorgeous.
Okay, so I am actually, this will surprise people. I'm kind of in the middle, but I'm going to hold up a doesn't suck card. I do feel like it gets to a point in the show where I'm just like, oh my God, light the castle already. Like when they start to light it and you're like, here it comes. And you're like, here it comes. Here it comes. And you're like, it's like when the beat won't drop in a song and you're just like, my brain is going to explode. And then I'm like, I'm going to turn around and not look if you do not light it in the next 10 seconds. Like,
that's hilarious.
It's like every time I'm about to give up, that's when it lights and I'm like, oh, this was pretty.
I've seen it so many times. It's like you should know right exactly when that's going to happen so you can take that picture. But it's like, no, I failed again. I don't know that exact moment they're going to light it up.
Yeah.
But it's awesome when they do.
I do think it's cool. I do. You guys, actually, I never really thought about it as much as you pointed it out. But I do remember when it was the fairy godmother and stuff. And I am like, yeah, she is lighting a stranger's house up.
Yes.
So there's a lot of story elements here that are a little missing in there. But
you want to know what they should do? They should have Anna and Elsa knock on the door and say, do we want to build a snowman? And then like that could
I'd like Morgan's mic muted. And so now we have Mickey's Most Merriest Celebration. What is this?
It's the...
Is this what the new fireworks are called?
No, that's Minnie's.
No, that's Minnie's.
I think you got
Isn't the stage show the most merry?
Yeah, that's the stage.
Yeah, but I called... Oh, I'm so
Minnie's.
sorry. When I read the Minnie thing earlier, I was in my
Switch
head
up
we
the
talked
show.
about this. Oh my gosh, some people's
Strike it,
heads must
reverse
be
it.
exploding. Okay, earlier when I said Minnie's Wonderful Christmastime show, we literally it was my fault. I started talking about the castle show, and I kept looking back at the wrong line in my notes. But all our thoughts hold true for the castle show. Okay, so Minnie's Wonderful Christmastime show is the new fireworks show. I'm gonna go. So first of all, this is another new thing. Who has seen it? Raise of hands. Only me and Morgan have seen it? Okay, so Morgan, we're going to hold ours up at the same time, okay? So I think it sucks. What do you think?
Ooh.
Doesn't suck.
Oh.
Okay,
But
tell me why it doesn't
actually,
suck. Go
I
on.
want to do this
Okay.
because it wasn't memorable.
Guys, I'm going to take away your side-by-side panel. It ruins the whole point of the show.
Okay, then it sucks then because
Okay.
it wasn't memorable. It's there. It's nice to have
I-
fireworks. Not memorable.
And, this is the one thing about the party that Craig and I never spoke about again because we were at the party together for media thing. And I was watching it and I shouldn't watch a fireworks show ever and go, man, this is long. And I had that moment, like 3 or 4 minutes before it was done, where I was like, I wasn't sure if it was even over. Like, they chose the weirdest, slowest Christmas songs ever to be the music in this, and like picking really slow. I'm not saying it's a choice, and I'm okay with like a lull in the Christmas part or whatever. But there was no big. There was no
Pick me up.
moment where it's like, think of Christmas wishes with wishes, like, and you're like, oh,
No
it's
beat
a-
dropping.
the castle looks like a Christmas tree, and like the projections were kind of weird on the castle. It was all fuzzy. I don't remember. I the whole time I was like, I was like, when it was over, I was like, I would not stop and watch this again. And that's a lot, I think, to say about a fireworks show. So of the 2 people that voted, we said that sucked. So we should have kept track of what we said sucks and doesn't suck. I think that's the first thing that we said is actually no good, right? We agreed in unison
Yeah.
on, or no?
yeah.
I feel like maybe there's another one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not wrapping it up in the end. We have so much more to go through. All right, this one quick too, okay? Because we have so much more to go, and we have like 20 minutes. So,
Oh my gosh.
I was going to make it a little bit longer just because I know we were kind of running ahead before, and if anyone can put us behind schedule, it's me. So so you're welcome. That is my talent in this company, to slow down production. Totally Tomorrowland Christmas. I want anyone that says it sucks to hold up their panel right now.
Was that the show?
Paddle, sorry.
The stage show
Tomorrowland
in
show.
Tomorrowland.
I didn't watch it. I walked past
No.
it. It looked
Have
weird.
you seen it?
I've never
Haven't
seen it.
I've seen it.
You've seen it. You've seen it. Okay. Corey, did you see it?
No.
Okay, so we have 3 sucks, 1 doesn't suck. Kathy, why does it suck?
It just didn't hold my interest.
I agree. I just think it's really cheesy. The one part of the show I like are the weird Janet Jackson dancers that are
Yeah.
after Buzz Lightyear that are just like
Rhythm-
dancers. Oh, they're like
Rhythm
Rhythm Nation.
Nation.
Yeah. And I'm always like, what is happening? And I think I just like have this weird thing with Stitch. Like I finally saw Lilo and Stitch and I was like, oh, Stitch is way better in this movie than he's ever portrayed in the parks. In the parks, I'm
Such a
like,
good
you are like so annoying.
You just saw Lilo and Stitch?
I had tried to watch it 4 times in my youth, and something happened every time during the movie that I was unable to finish it. And I like whether the first time I was like fell asleep, second time the power went out, third time I thought there was a burglar. It was a whole thing. Yeah. So it was like I was like, this movie's cursed, and then finally I got through it. Like I'm talking like within the last year, and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cute.
Yeah.
I like Lilo. Stitch, fine, but like he's not represented well in the park. But wait, why does it suck, Steve?
I love most things in Tomorrowland because I'm totally biased because I work there.
Totally biased tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Totally biased to Tomorrowland. But I just think it's terrible. I think that stage has a hard time putting on the best shows, and I don't know why. It's just like a little cursed or something. But yeah, it's just not my favorite. I think part of that, to be fair though, is that it's aimed at children and young kids and not the entire family, which is fine. But I also appreciate when Disney has something that is meant for everyone because that's kind of the whole point of Disney.
Yeah. What do you think, Jackie? Why do you like it? You like the characters, don't you?
I do. I think they're so cute. I love the costumes. It's bright. It's fast.
Because it's Mike, Buzz, and then the Stitch comes out. Is there a
Stitch,
third
yeah.
or is Stitch the third? I think
Stitch is the
I
third.
think it's just
Yeah.
the 3. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And it's just fun.
I always think, why are Mike and Buzz mixing together? Buzz makes
Yeah.
sense because he's outer space and Stitch is outer space. And
Yeah.
then they were like, we don't have another one, but we have this one round costume we could throw out here. It's green, like Christmas.
Well, there is the laugh
He's an
floor in
ornament.
Tomorrowland.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear from you again, Steve, for the rest of the show. Okay, moving on. Club Tinsel. Now, keep in mind, this is more or less for children. This is the dance party that kind of happens inside of Cosmic Rays. I'm going to say this. I knowing this is not for me and for children, I'm saying it doesn't suck. I just think it's cute that kids have a place to dance and they have the reindeer come out and dance with them, and they've got the music going on, and there's a treat stop station. So I always like the jams pumping when I'm getting my peppermint cookies and eggnog. So
Sean and I didn't go in there, but we were walking past the teacups and we saw 2 polar bears go in there.
oh yeah, the polar bears were there too.
Yeah.
We
That's
were
right.
like, what? Because they don't look like the Coca-Cola bears, but they don't look like any polar bears from
Yeah.
any. We were like, are they going? Where are they going?
Random bears roaming.
Fiasco, you like it too?
I've never seen it, but it doesn't suck because it keeps all those kiddos out of my lines.
What do you
That's
think,
very
Kathy?
get off my lawn there.
For once, not a split
she's
decision.
committed. One paddle. Yeah. One paddle Kathy has spoken. What do you think, Steve?
Doesn't suck. I think for all the reasons you guys have mentioned, it's meant for families with young kids, and it's really cute that the reindeers are out there. So yeah.
Jenny, did you see this?
Yeah. No, but I'll tell you what I've seen other, like the Descendants dance party at Mickey's Not So Scary. So for me, I say doesn't suck. Any of these dance parties where a little one can run off Wiggles is a good thing. Because
I was
they're,
thinking the band, the Wiggles.
you know,
for a second.
I love fruit salad, yummy.
Yes.
I do love the Wiggles. But seriously, I mean, if your kids, because they have to kind of behave themselves, they can't run willy-nilly out in the park, and they're waiting in attraction lines and waiting for fireworks and waiting. And so they don't have to wait here. They can just kind of be kids and run off some energy.
You think the same, huh?
I do.
You do?
I am
It doesn't
agreeing
suck.
emphatically with Denny
Yeah.
because as a mom,
Yeah.
man, sometimes your kids don't want to stand in line and they don't want to
Just
sit
fall asleep in
and
the
ride
stroller.
something. They want to dance.
Dear.
They want to dance like a fiend and they need to have that. And
Yeah.
it's really fun for them to dance when there's characters too.
But it's
So-
fun for the adults too, because
It
it's
is.
like if you're dragging,
Yeah.
you go in there and you're like, dancing
Yeah.
along.
Yeah. Good tunes.
Also nice for sometimes in the earlier parties. Hasn't been the case this year. We've had cooler weather, but sometimes the earlier Christmas parties, it's still warm out here, and to get the air conditioning is nice.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody has experienced the next thing, and so I just want everyone to hold up their paddles so I can see them all, and will stay on me. But the holiday treats, what do we think? Do these suck or do these not suck?
The complimentary ones?
Yes, yeah. So the cookies, the eggnog. So it originally years ago was just hot chocolate and like snickerdoodles, and I was
Right.
like, God, how many of these this one thing I can eat? And over the past couple of years, it's been updated, and we unanimously
Nope.
agree.
Nope.
No.
No, Morgan.
There's a dissenter at the table.
Oh no, we
There's
gotta.
trouble.
Okay, hold up. We gotta go to Kathy Whirling over here. Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
Hold
Morgan
on.
Lamone says,
Okay, I want to hear from Kathy first, and then Morgan.
I just, when it comes to the treats, it's like the lines are always long. You know, if you hesitate to get to a party, we're out of that. And
You feel like it's a hassle.
yeah, and was it tasty cake? I don't want to see where the cookies came from. I want to think that, they made them back in the kitchen somewhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because this is or I don't know if they did it last year. I can't remember. But this was surprising to me that all the cookies were in sealed bags this year,
Okay,
except for
that's
the
a
pretzel
change.
man was still like they handed you the little pretzel snowman.
they were in bags. last year.
Why did you say it sucks, Morgan?
They can do better. They
Oh.
can do better.
Okay.
Like, for example, the apple cider, the hot apple cider in Tomorrowland tasted just like apple juice. Like, there was no cidery flavors to it.
I did burn my mouth on hot chocolate. I was like, I sipped because everything I'd had was lukewarm that one night, and finally took one, and I was like, third degree burn my tongue. Great. Like, I do agree. There is a weird. They were serving grape soda in a wine glass, and I'm like, what the heck is this? Like, it's just making people be fancy. I don't know, but I do love the peppermint cookie. I'm not saying I think they should continue on this trend of upping the treat game, because now you can get eggnog, apple cider, hot chocolate, grape soda.
The snowman pretzels are the cutest thing.
Snowman pretzels. Oh my gosh. And when I had not a second to stop, that was where I was like, can I have 6?
Yes.
And I would bring Craig 3, and 2, and I'd be like, I only got 4. All right. So there we are
Those
with
are
that.
pretty cute.
Okay. The next one. So Morgan and I are the only 2 that went this year, right? Is that what we said? Mm-hmm. Okay, so just you and I are going to talk about the overlays. There are 4 overlays this year. There's Space Mountain, Teacups, Tomorrowland Speedway, and Monsters Laugh for Space Mountain. What do you think? Suck or doesn't suck?
We did that the
Where's your
very
paddle,
last thing.
Morgan?
Very last thing, and it was absolutely amazing. I was like, why didn't we do this 3 times during
Yeah.
the party? This was so cool. I like that you can see the lights in there, or like kind of see where you're going, which makes it more thrilling.
Yeah.
And just the music was epic, and I was like, I wish I did this all night. Like, this is so fun. So absolutely love it.
Yeah, I do think it was really good. I think this was finally they're getting kind of a grasp on that sort of a thing, a little bit better. But I thought that was great with the holiday lights. The other one that didn't really work the night I was there because the wind was picking up and it was raining a little bit was the holiday twist on the teacups. And there's I saw at the very beginning of the night this fog that comes out that had like a projection of shapes in the air. And I was like, okay, that's awesome. But if it doesn't work right, it's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that doesn't suck as well. Mm-hmm. Space Mountain doesn't suck. We're in agreement on teacups?
Yes, I didn't
Even
go.
though I don't like the teacups?
I didn't
watch
go on
people
it.
go on 'em. I'm not going on
yeah,
those.
the music was really cool for that one too. I can't remember the song, but I was like, oh, this is fun. Like, okay.
Oh, okay. Tomorrowland Speedway, suck or doesn't suck?
Didn't do it.
Okay, I did it. I would say it doesn't suck because it's just the regular version of the Speedway, but I feel like it's made it a little more because the Speedway itself is retro. They've added a lot of kind of retro trees, 50s inspired designs of these the Christmas trees, the colored balls everywhere.
Can I ask you about that?
I said balls. What?
Can I ask you about that?
Yeah.
So I haven't been on it yet, but I did see the video that we put up, and while I think it's great that they're doing something, it kind of felt in the video that there wasn't as much as there could have been.
I feel like it's a good start. I feel like they could have went crazy and been like tinsel anywhere there's a metal surface. I think they should have done wrapped tinsel.
Or I imagine
really leaned into
they could
it.
have even had some like light tunnels that you went under.
I wish they had done a thing like when I was a kid with a theme park with the Eatable Railroad, where my grandfather used to run it. There used to be dioramas of Christmas scenes. I think it would have been cool if we'd driven by.
That would have been fun.
One of my favorite was like Santa in the bathtub and the elves are washing him, and I'm like, this is creepy. I would have loved some of those creepy like scenes, but
Dear.
I did not go into the Monsters Inc. Laugh 4, did you?
I did not.
Okay, then we are leaving that one out. I'm gonna assume it sucks, but I don't like Monsters Inc. Laugh 4. That's just me. Okay, the one that's open not all year, but all season that you can go on, the Jingle Cruise. Let me see it. Suck, doesn't suck. Okay, so everybody in this room is saying doesn't suck. I didn't like it, guys. Like,
Boo.
Turn his mic off.
Yeah, turn his mic off. Boot him out. Not the host anymore.
Yeah. I just, I liked it. I don't know. It was just a so-so experience for me, but...
It's so nice because, especially being a local to any Disney park, those jokes get really old really quick. So having it mixed up makes it exciting again and feels fresh.
I should say it's not something I would ever want them to take away. So maybe I should say it doesn't suck. I just personally, for me, I was like, I don't know. I just had a weird skipper. It was a weird experience.
I've lived here for 2 years now during the Christmas time. And every time I'm just like, oh, I'm so excited. Jingle Cruise is back. Jingle Cruise is back these past 2 years. And I feel the excitement for it coming back. And I love Jungle Cruise in general. My office is themed for Jungle Cruise. So love it.
All right. Well, I will give it another shot.
You got to find a beginning of the day when all the skippers are fresh.
Yeah. She wasn't even bad. I don't want to insult her. It was just a weird where I was like, I don't think you 100% get the delivery of all these jokes. But okay, we're gonna speed this up a little bit more. Okay, just because we have more stuff to do. So Hollywood Studios, we're gonna start with the big show at Hollywood Studios. Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam. Everybody, hold up your paddles. Okay, this one is going to be a little more decisive. Okay.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it? Okay.
So good.
How many of us in this room then? Just 4? 3 of us? Corey, you haven't seen it?
No,
Steve is
okay, so
saying
Corey
suck.
and Denny says it doesn't suck. Steve says it sucks. I want to hear why you think it sucks.
I just don't have an emotional attachment to it. I don't think it has, when you compare it to like the Magic Kingdom Christmas vibes that like kind of pull at your heartstrings, although I haven't seen this year's fireworks show, so maybe that'll, if this one is as bad as the Magic Kingdom is as bad as Rhino is saying it is, maybe I would have given Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam a little bit easier of a time. But I just don't think that Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam has that like pull at your heartstrings Christmas feel, which is what I love about Christmas. So, and I forgot the elves. What are their name?
Lenny.
Prep and Landing.
Prep and Landing. I'm
Lenny.
just not a big fan of them either. So
I like those names.
I do too.
Corey, you liked it though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I love the catchy. I love the heartstring pulling too. Like Happily Ever After is my favorite nighttime show, but I mean, I feel like it doesn't always need to do that. It's a catchy thing, and I just like it.
I think I am on that side too, where sometimes I want a disco Christmas.
Yeah.
I just want to. I don't want to be. I get already depressed this time of year. I don't want everything I do to be the mopey Christmas.
I'll be home for Christmas and you're sobbing.
I can't listen to Baby Come Home, or it kills me. But both of you enjoy it as well.
Yeah, I like the use of lasers that they use in the show.
Anytime someone has a laser,
it's just cool. It's very unique. It's different from what you'll see, like Steve said, but in a positive way from what you'll see in the Magic Kingdom. It's just, I've not seen Prep and Landing. I've actually never, I need to do that this Christmas.
I still haven't seen it either, so I thought I wasn't going to like it. Yeah.
Is it on Disney Plus?
Prep and Landing.
Okay, yeah,
I bet
probably.
Okay.
Let's just hope. But I really enjoy it, and plus, I just overall think the studios wins Christmas.
Oh, yes.
I mean, hands down with all their Christmas. offerings.
I do agree, and we'll get to some of the more of those. So, Jackie, you love it. Yeah.
So, I haven't seen it live. I've seen
so you
little
liked
bit
it
of
because I didn't like it not watching it live. And then I saw it live, so
I don't know if I don't really know. I love Prep and Landing, so I love Prep and Landing. I think that the little 30-minute Christmas special is really cool. So I like the theme of Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam because I think I like Prep and Landing. I like the whole idea of it. And I love fantasy things that are not actually a thing. And so I love the idea that maybe little elves come down into your house before Santa comes and just makes sure that everything is just so.
Wait, they don't?
I saw Gremlins. I know
Right?
Yeah.
See?
So
No, they do. They really do.
all right. So for the next, just to speed us up a little bit, I'll have you guys hold up your paddles, and let everybody know the consensus, what it is either way, and then I'll pick randos to talk. Okay. So Sunset Seasons Greetings. This is the projections that happen on Hollywood Tower of Terror. Let's see. Okay.
my goodness.
All right, so
What?
we have
Holy
3
cow.
Doesn't Suck from Denny, Jackie, and Morgan, and then 3. Oh, I'm sorry, and Corey says Doesn't Suck, and then we've got the 2 over here, the 2 sucks over here, which are Kathy and Steve. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna represent the why it doesn't suck people. I enjoy it. It's a continuous show that's never stopping, so you only have to sit still for a little bit to watch it, and it goes for I don't know if it's like 5 different shows. They're a couple minutes each, so it's like 15 minutes of just whatever. It's not always consistent with working. We talk about laser beams. I love the laser beams. They're not always working, but what do you? Why, Kathy? You tell me.
I don't know. It just seems to me that like they decided that studios needed something. So let's take this street and we'll put Christmas stuff on it. But it doesn't have the same heart to me that like Magic Kingdom does or Epcot does. I don't know. It just hasn't grown on me
Steve?
yet.
I'm saying it sucks, but if you consider it as just like a background thing, then that's fine and it's whatever. But when people consider it like a show to watch, I think there's like not really a story to it. There's nothing to like follow like the other shows in the Disney parks have, where you know everyone's there, you watch it and it tells a story, or it has a climax. Oop, almost knocked over my mic. It has a climax and then an ending, and it has a full story to it. This is just like a thing that's happening. So when I think of it as a show, I'm saying it sucks.
All right, Hollywood and Vine Minnie's Holiday Dine. Has anyone done this?
I haven't, but we've done other one, like different. I don't know.
No, so we're not going to talk about that one. I know Pete likes to call it Hollywood and Slime. Toy Story Land overlay. So you've got the alien swirling saucers that does some fun little disco music that's like Christmas themed. You got the decorations that are up over there. I think Slinky, when he goes around, he's supposed to make like the jingle bells sound.
There's jingles.
Right?
Yeah, jingle bells.
So that was a slight overlay.
And the characters have a little
And the
bit of
characters are all
holiday
dressed up.
decorations.
You're right. They have their scarves on and whatnot.
Yeah, and Bo Peep has
Rex.
holly in her hair.
Guys, hold up the paddles. I want to see it. What do we say here? I think we're in consensus. Oh no! We have everybody's doesn't
always
suck. We have one suck. Corey, tell me why.
It's underwhelming. There's just a couple things, and I feel like even though it's a small land, they could have done so much more with it, considering it's like Andy's backyard and everything's the size of toys. I feel like they really could have spruced it up, like maybe like in the middle of the walkway there was like a broken giant ornament or something that like is like a tunnel you walk through. Like,
That sounds dangerous.
There's so much they could have
Home
done.
Alone Christmas. That's what he wants. He wants obstacles to get through and to get.
Kevin!
I do agree with you. I do definitely see what you're saying. I think that was my first impression. The first year was like I want this pumped up more. And so I don't know. Maybe now, since they've added the other decorations in the park, I feel a little differently about it. But I can see your point for sure.
Rex has handmade ears, reindeer ears.
That's really cute.
So
Can I add a disclaimer at this point too,
You can.
so that nobody goes, "Oh my God, I thought you liked everything." I think our little snippets of answers, if I could talk to somebody that really liked it, you could convert me on some of these things. So it's not like I.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think if you're somebody whose like opinion can't be swayed, then what are we even doing?
Right.
Like I think it's one of those where you like what you like or you like what you don't like, and some stuff you can be swayed on, some stuff you can't. But I feel like if you're an immovable object, then I don't want to move you.
Yeah.
I want to be moved by you. the decorations overall, Denny, I know where she stands on this, but Hollywood Studios has a lot of these like 50s style kind of fun decorations around. Gertie, I believe, has a hat on.
She does,
Yeah.
and she has an ornament hanging from her mouth,
Yeah.
and she's just as cute as she can be. The reindeer and the Santa ornament-looking things that hang from the lights are spectacular. A couple creepy snow babies hanging out in the on the hill, but it's all very 40s and 50s, a little mid-century modern they're thrown in. It's just so neat, so neat. They went to a lot of effort.
Yeah, so where does everybody feel like that? Hold me the paddles. Doesn't suck. I think we're all in agreement on that. Okay. So we're moving on to Animal Kingdom, and we're gonna get faster and not really give our reasons unless there's a big thing. Because I would feel weird cutting this off halfway through and not at least mentioning the other stuff. So, Animal Kingdom, they have the Merry Menagerie at Discovery Island with all those animal puppets that come out everywhere. Doesn't suck. Everybody is in a doesn't suck. Yeah.
I haven't seen them yet.
Okay, haven't
haven't
seen
What
them.
I see, that
Okay.
seal looks really, really cute.
I do think they're
Same
cool.
here.
I think it's a
Yeah.
nice touch, a nice, cool, creative, artistic touch.
And the
so,
penguins.
Yeah. Pete's giving me the wrap it up, so we gotta speed through faster. Well, we were running ahead, so I was trying to slow down, and now we're gonna.
Now you're late.
So later, guys, when there's 45 minutes extra at the end of the show, you'll know exactly what I was trying to fill. So,
All right.
okay, holiday overlay at Tree of Life. Suck or doesn't suck? I feel like doesn't suck is where we're at. Yeah, with
Yeah.
that. So, how about the Dino Land overlay? I am on the side where I feel like it kind of sucks. I feel like I wished it had more. I'm happy it's there. The dinosaur lighting up this year is pretty awesome, though. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. Pandora, Pongo Pongo.
Oh, cute decorations.
Cute decorations, but I feel like it's bare minimum. So I am like, I feel like it was the laziest of things to do, but I'm not going to complain that it's there. But what about the character meet and greets? I feel like, Corey, you experienced all of these. Do you think
Yes.
they suck or do not suck?
So a little bit of a mix. I think all the ducks were awesome. They all had great decorations and everything, but Mickey and Minnie, like, there was nothing there. There was like one little holiday wreath on each corner of the room, and that was it.
Yeah.
So they didn't really deck out that much. But I thought Mickey and Minnie, also being the longest line, should have done more.
All right, so then we just have the one park left. We won't talk about the resorts or Disney Springs or any of that stuff in this. We'll just do the 4 parks. And so Epcot, we haven't experienced it this year because it didn't technically start yet or starts yesterday. But Festival of the Holidays,
did.
where do we feel about that? Okay, well,
I was
get that
there
paddle up in the air.
I was there last night. It was fantastic. First night of candlelight was wonderful, and food booths are all up and running.
And I feel like Candlelight
fantastic.
Processional, we've spoken about this before.
Yeah.
We're all kind of in agreement. That's it
Doesn't suck. Come on.
I want someone to be in here and be like, no, garbage. And then how about there's a new layover in Living with the Land. You did this, yes?
Yes,
Who else has done this?
Craig.
Just Danny? Oh,
Craig and I,
Craig and
and,
Corey.
yeah,
Okay.
Fiasco went.
And you guys both say it doesn't suck?
It doesn't suck. It was really cool. Wherever they could put lights, they did. It was mostly, it was in the greenhouse area. And like I said on our overview video of the preview media preview night, they don't have to do that.
Yeah.
And they did that.
Yeah.
And it just is something, they've plussed the experience for the guests, and I loved it.
You got to do it late at night. It's so nice. It's magical, honestly. You turn a corner, it's just like all these lights, and you're like, whoa. I love it. Love it.
All right, so I'm going to leave out the cookie stroll. I don't really know much about that. I didn't check into that. And
They're all new cookies this year, except for the plant-based black and white.
Yep.
So if you tried it last year and you were like meh about the cookies, try them this year because they're all new except for that one.
Well, I think we are kind of in agreement here. I think that's kind of going to do it for us. This is the end of our. This is our 4 parks. That's all the time we have here. But I felt like we were more or less leaned into the side that holidays here at Walt Disney World do not suck. Yeah.
Yay.
I think I love that we were able to. This was the first year we were really able to actually talk about. Well, we didn't very heavily, but all 4 of the parks. And there is entertainment at Disney Springs, and the resorts have all the gingerbread houses. And there's all these specialty merchandises. The stuff is like killing it everywhere here. So I think let us know your thoughts on holiday goings on here at Disney World, how you feel about it in the comments of this video. Thank you everybody out there for watching, and we all hope from all of us here at the Diz Unplugged, thank you